more of a lullaby type feel. And then halfway through the piece, it will switch into a dance mode. It will feel much more like an Irish jig. So without further ado, the 7th grade band on Celtic Air and Dance by Michael Sweeney. The next piece, as our lights change, and we didn't get to see the lights earlier, so it's kind of an ooh ah moment as we get the new color scheme. Our next piece is called Pinnacle of Distinction, and it is a march. And so the students not only learned how to play this march, but they also learned a little bit about what marches are as a genre of music, and kind of how they have been one of the staple types of songs for bands to play for years and years. So in this march, you'll hear a really strong beat in 2/4 time. So if you were marching, you'd have one beat for your left foot and one for your right. You'll also hear them playing with precise articulation. Marches are often performed outdoors, and so it has to be really clean and crisp so an audience over a wide distance can hear it. In the middle of a march, it traditionally gets a little softer and has a mood change. So we hope that you notice that moment. Now, I would be remiss if I didn't tell you that the students don't actually call this song by its real title. I don't really know how it started, but for whatever reason, when I handed out this song and they saw it in front of them. They saw a pinnacle of distinction, and they said, no, we're gonna call this Pineapples of Destruction. So every day, it was like, are we playing pineapples? Are we doing the pineapple song? It has nothing to do with pineapples. But to us, we picked yellow in honor of our retitled song. This is Pineapples of Destruction by Larry Clark. We hope you enjoy our march. All right, so after a couple of more energetic, loud, fast pieces, we decided we needed a little bit of a mood change for this middle tune. So our next piece is called Peace Like a River. Many of you are going to recognize that it is based on an African American spiritual. It's also often used as a hymn tune, and this piece, Like a River, has been a good opportunity for us to continue refining our quieter playing, our more legato style. It's not easy to get 7th graders to play softly, especially when there's about 100 of them together, but hopefully you're able to hear that more nuanced playing in Peace Like a River. Our percussionists look like they are just about ready. We've really worked, again, on that sustain, that smoothness, and also hearing the ebb and flow of the waters in their volume changes. This is Peace Like a River, as arranged by Robert W. Smith. I just have to give it an extra second before I talk next time. If you've been to another concert earlier this year, you've probably heard me say this, but if this is your first concert you're attending, these students rehearse in 3 separate classes. We meet each day for 43 minutes, which is awesome. The only downside to meeting in 3 separate classes is when can we get together to get ready for this performance? So that actually happened today. At 2 o'clock was the first time that we got all together on the stage and were able to work through our music. And because the students do such a nice job in class, it was a pretty quick process of putting those pieces together. But they're doing a fabulous job with 3 times as many students as they're used to seeing. Now this next one is a style of music that's called programmatic music. Basically, it's music that tells a story or creates a movie in your head. So based on the title, Ghosts of the Lost Ship, we know that we are out at sea. There might be pirates involved, there might be sailors, maybe a storm and some bad weather. Some of the different sound effects and instruments you'll hear, particularly in the percussion section, really help bring this image to life. You'll hear the gong, you'll hear cymbals, you'll hear a brake drum, which is supposed to sound like the bell of a ship tolling. You'll also hear the pitter-patter of raindrops and some other rustlings as maybe this ancient ghost ship is re-elevated from the depths of the sea. So this next piece has been a lot of fun to work on. It is by Tyler S. Grant. This is Ghosts of the Lost Ship. All right. This has been a really fun group to teach this year. Again, the growth has just been incredible. Our first concert was in October after just 5 or 6 weeks of school, and how much they developed before our performance in January. And then from January up till now has just been really a treat. I want to let all of you know, and I want all of you on stage to know how proud I am of each and every one of you. It's been a lot of fun days with you, and although I'm very sad that I am handing you off to Mr. Pippenich next year because I don't get to see you as much, I'm also very excited to hear what you sound like the next time you guys take the stage as 8th graders in the fall. But it's been great, and thank you for being here tonight, for supporting your student. Of course, I'm biased, but I really think that being in an instrumental group or a music ensemble does a lot for students. And I get to see a little bit of that growth as a person and that maturity and development each and every day. So thank you for sharing your student with us at the band program here at Horizon. We are going to close our 7th grade concert with some movie music. This is the main theme from How to Train Your Dragon. So if you've seen any of those movies, hopefully you recognize a couple of the tunes. Again, this has been a favorite of us, and we are excited to close out our portion of the program. We hope that you enjoy themes from How to Train Your Dragon. Thank you again for attending our performance. Have a wonderful summer. If you're sticking around, there is a jazz and honor band concert starting in about a half hour. Otherwise, enjoy your break.
January. There was not one squeak.